What's up guys, Conrad here with another video, and today I'd like to talk about my recent trip to Slovenia, specifically in regards to my time in the capital city of Ljubljana, Lake Bled and the Postojna cave. Similar to my trip in Oslo, it was short-lived but well spent. Slovenia left me desiring to come back for more, as well as discover more of what the country has to offer. And in my opinion, it has the perfectly chilled vibe that I think you may be looking for in regards to a relaxing and cozy European getaway. A place of elegance without the hassle and stress that comes from traveling to a more commonly touristic destination. I feel that Slovenia is truly underrated as a travel spot, but honestly I think that actually works in its favor. It's a bit more under the radar in regards to most people's ultimate European travel bucket list, but it seems that everyone outside of Europe wants to visit Paris, Rome, Venice, Barcelona and Prague. Don't get me wrong, all those places are fine choices, but I feel like Slovenia combines the best of a lot of these destinations and manages to compact them into a small but very efficient country. I believe it really is the full package. So Slovenia lies at the crossroads of Central Europe, Southern Europe and the Balkans, giving it a unique geographical position that blends various cultural influences. You can feel the influxes from the Balkans, Austria and Italy. Over 60% of Slovenia is covered by forests, making it one of the greenest countries in Europe. The country boasts a rich historical and cultural heritage, with well-preserved medieval towns, castles, and UNESCO World Heritage sites like the city of Ljubljana and the historic town of Piran. You're never too far off from a nice day trip to the lake or the coast. Personally, I love a combination of the Alps, the sea, and an old town. Is that really too much to ask for? Well, not really, because Slovenia definitely delivers on that front, whilst also being a bit more low-key with it. It gives you a satisfying taste of everything you'd want from an elegantly simple European vacation. So when stepping into Ljubljana's old town, you can see that some of the architecture has a unique blend of medieval, Baroque and Art Nouveau styles, harmoniously integrated with the visionary designs of architect Jože Plečnik, who gave the city its modern, elegant character. The cityscape is marked by graceful bridges, historic buildings and vibrant green spaces that create a cohesive yet urban charm. And it has a similar quaintness to that of a typical Swiss town. It's quiet without being void of a heartbeat, so to speak. Although it is very clean, it doesn't feel like it's an overly pristine or intentionally sterile environment. Generally speaking, sometimes I desire to escape to a smaller, more peaceful town that isn't a mega metropolis or mega cocolis of a city. I like a city to be compact, within walking distance of everything I want to see. It has a natural tranquility to it that doesn't need to try so hard in order for it to achieve the feeling that it does. Much less of a lonely feeling, whereas in a big city you feel more lost amongst the rest of the crowded population. Sometimes felt like a mini Venice, Vienna and Zurich combined. I mean, what more could you ask for really? Seeing those restaurants by the river is really quite charming. This city charmed the hell out of me actually. You know how some cities you can appreciate them and admire them for what they are, but can you actually fall in love with a place and feel a special connection to it? I think you can. I mean, for lack of a better description, it's basically the feeling of feeling at home at a place without having to actually live there. It's a beautiful city in its own subtle way, rather than being like, hey, look at me, take a picture, I'm so pretty. It's far more inviting than that. From what I've seen so far, it feels very livable and it's rather affordable. And so I just had to indulge in some of the recommended local foods like the carniolan sausage, best ever, strukli, which is also very nice. Pretty much rolled dough filled with various ingredients, often, including cheese, potatoes, or fruits. And the prosciutto board, offering a range of different meats and cheeses from the region of Slovenia. And for my morning breakfast and coffee, I'd go to Le Petit Café, a lovely spot with a nice French atmosphere to it. It's very particular style culture in regards to fashion that I noticed. Well, nothing that particularly caught my eye, but I'd say simply that some people dress better than others, and that's pretty much it. People are here to live, enjoy their life, and not necessarily feel the need to show off their drip. Now here's the thing when it comes to traveling. If I only have a limited number of days at a particular place that's new to me, I try to do my utmost to see as much as I can as soon as I arrive. I usually have all the main attractions listed, and so I just go through them like bang bam and then done. So that then I can have more time to fully immerse myself in the environment at my own pace. Usually I'm pretty good at this, but other times I can overestimate my abilities with this also. You don't always know how much you'll manage to see until you actually get there. So sometimes you gotta make choices and sacrifice one experience for another, which you may feel to be more important. But I'd say this kinda applies to traveling the world in general. You only have a certain number of years on this planet, so the question is, where do you want to go the most? Some people are like, oh, I really want to see the whole world. But do you really though? I mean, do you really need to go to Antarctica or North Korea? Well, maybe you do. I don't know who you are. When you get a moment to truly embrace nature, like when you're up in the mountains, you may be inclined to think, wow, maybe God really did create all of this. But inevitably, when you need to return to the office, all those feelings go straight out the window, and now you're stuck worrying about keeping up with all those damn TPS reports. So when I arrived at Lake Bled, I really wanted to make the most of it, whilst I did have some sunlight. I took a wooden Pletner boat to Bled Island and even had some cream cake. And it was damn good if I do say so myself. Glad I didn't sink the boat on the way to the island due to just how much weight I probably put on after consuming it. So overall, Bled is gorgeous, peaceful, and a great escape from an overwhelming busy city environment. Of course, I'm referring to cities that aren't situated in Slovenia. You got crystal clear, emerald green water and fresh air, so I'd definitely be inclined to return one day and also perhaps visit Lake Bohin. So dare I say, it looks like we already have a great substitute for Norway or Switzerland that is way more budget friendly. After getting a taste of the city and the lake, I thought, why not see the Postojna cave? One of the largest cave systems in Europe, which spans 24 kilometers and is known for its stunning stalactites and stalagmites and underground passages. It is part of an extensive underground cave system formed by the Pivka River over millions of years. First, you get to ride a rather speedy open train ride into the cave itself. This 3.7 kilometer long ride allows you to see the cave's beauty and comfort, passing by grand halls and caverns, giving a sense of how large it actually is. And once you get off the train, it's like, whoa, I think I just entered hell or something. At least that's kind of what it looks like, but with a cooler temperature. No flames to be found here, thank God. It also kind of reminded me of what I pictured Mars would look like, but on the inside. Kind of like that old video game Red Faction. Anyone else remember that? Also got a glimpse of the Olm, a blind, pale amphibian native to the caves, considered a rare and vulnerable species with unique adaptations to a subterranean lifestyle, and serves as an important indicator of the health of the cave ecosystems. Some of the stalactites and stalagmites within the cave kinda resembles that of cake icing. These are delicate formations created by the slow drip of mineral-rich water over thousands of years. These formations, often called draperies or flow stones, have smooth flowing surfaces and layered patterns that give them the appearance of melted icing dripping down a cake. The creamy white or pale coloured mineral deposits make them look soft and silky, though they are of course solid rock. These formations create a magical, almost surreal atmosphere inside the caves. Personally, I wouldn't recommend trying to taste them, as I highly doubt they taste anything like sugar. So yeah, being able to enter a cave like that was definitely one of my more significant travel experiences. And it was something I almost left out, but as the weather wasn't particularly ideal, I thought, why not spend my day in a cave? I felt a true sense of primal tranquility, if you will. It felt like time simply stopped, or no longer existed. Like you're really living in Plato's cave, with no sense of day or night. You're just existing, and your physical body is just passively experiencing this 2 million-year-old environment. Makes you feel even closer to nature, or being one with the earth. Not to sound too much like a hippie, but overall I do feel that it was truly something special. So all in all, Slovenia is a genuinely pleasant European experience with the best mix of various cultures that I highly recommend you get a taste of. If you want a relaxing European getaway with fun activities and exciting day trips, then this one is for you. It works for someone of my personality who doesn't feel the need to go to Miami or Dubai to party in a superficial manner. Or maybe I'm just coping, but I don't really care if a city has a great nightlife with the hottest clubs. Guess I'm just boring like that.
So go back to the club.
And if you're anything like me, then you'll get something out of Slovenia for sure. I find it far more appealing just to sip some wine at an outdoor restaurant by the river. I'm much more inclined towards nature, architecture with a rich history, savouring delightful dishes in a tranquil environment. So put it somewhere on your bucket list, because you won't regret it. And so with that being said, hopefully you found this video interesting. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.